ready for a Halloween romance book tag? I think that you are, because you're here. You're watching this video, so stay tuned, because we're going to do a Halloween romance book tag. But I have a twist here. I kind of hinted to it. I didn't hint. I pretty much told you I was hinting to it in my last video, but then I ended up just like telling you. The spooky Halloween book tag. There are actually quite a few book tags out there for Halloween. There's like a spooky movie or a movie book tag. There is a spooky Halloween book tag, and these all have been out for years, and they're amazing. I've watched them for years, and I've used them for the amount of time that I've been on BookTube. However, I felt like something was missing, or that it was more geared towards, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the book tags out there were created when YA was really big. They could have been geared towards YA. I don't know. I just feel like it needed a little revamp, maybe a little bit more romance-centric. So guess what I did? I took the spooky romance book tag, and I created some questions off of that were romance-centric. And now we have 15, right? 15 questions that are, similar. Some are very new, but you know what? I'm going to leave the questions down below. I'm also going to leave any Halloween book tags that I've done in past years as well, so you can watch this and then go watch those. Before we can get into all this Halloween romance book tag yumminess, we have to do this. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. I am Jen, and this is Bookmarked by Jen, and you are here because hopefully you love book tags. And hopefully you love Halloween book tags, and we're going to get right into it. I have 15 questions here, and we're going to start off with question number 1, which is Night of the Reading Dead. Name a romance that kept you up way too late. The Words by Ashley Jade. It kept me up way too. I could not put this book down, although it is like, I don't know, nearing 700 pages. It is a chungster for sure, but I could not stop reading this. It pulled me in. It pulled me in. Okay, question number 2. Season of the Witch. A romance you always come back to during spooky season. Okay, this time of year, I always think of, how could you not? The Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. I did a rereading of it last year. The buddy read we did, Kill Switch. So, of course, I was like, yeah, I'm going to read them anyway. Let's do a reread. I also think of the Elite King series by Amo Jones. It's very in tune with this time of year. There's also another book that I think of this time of year that is I think because I'm going to talk about it in another question, but I think about it, I think this time of year because when I read it first, it was during this month. Question number 3. Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, a small town romance that feels like a cozy fall night. When I think of small town romances, I immediately thought of the Sugarland Creek series or the Willow Branch Resort series by Brooke Montgomery. Both of those are set in these small towns, but I think I love them more because she has really mapped out the area for you. So when you go to Sugarland Creek, you can see the map and what goes on, and you can see where the horses go and the trails and all this fun stuff. As is when you go to Willow Branch, you see that little community as well, and the resort that they have, and the spa that they have, and the goat yogas and all that kind of stuff. So I just feel like really what I want to do is just go to the equestrian resort or go to the mountainous spa resort, and I just want to be like, I want to rent a cabin, I want to indulge in maybe a horse tour, or if I'm in the other one, indulge in a spa day, and then I just want to sit out in peace, unconnected from everything, with books and just read. That's it. So that's what I think about. Okay, moving on to question number 4, which is Witch Please. Which FMC has main character energy and would totally lead your coven? Immediately, Lana. Lana from the Mindfuck series. I would follow her off a cliff. I would follow this woman off a freaking cliff. Question number 5. Love potion number 9. A romance couple that put a spell on you. How do we narrow it down, right? These are always the problems with tags. How do we narrow it down? I could go on, but there are a few that just have their hooks in me. The Boys of Tolman series. Those couples have their hooks in me. They have put something on me, that is for sure, and it quite possibly could be a spell. Another one is Bray and Bodhi from Shattered Ice. Spell. they put a spell on me. That is by P.S. Black. I've talked about these boys quite a lot on this channel. Amazing. And you know, another one, when I was thinking about my answer to this question, immediately Charlie and Autumn from Shattered Dreams popped in my head from Natasha Madison. Those two had me under such a spell while reading. I could not get enough of them. Question number 6. Ghosted, but still obsessed. A romance that still haunts you. Going back to the previous question where I was like, I'm going to talk about it because I read it in October. This book still haunts me. Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I have wanted to do a reread since I read this book in October a few years back, and it just has a hold on me. I want to get to the story so bad, but like, I know what you have to go through. Like, I know what you have to go through to get to that, and there are some really key moments in that horror that you have to go through that really solidify and really show you what this relationship is. And like, also, you just know how emotional it's going to be, you know? And so, but it haunts me. It haunts me all the time, and it always says, read me. I will at some point. I will. Next up, we have, I was going to say chapter 7, question 7, which is Full Moon Fever. Which book had the wildest tension or primal chemistry? I haven't talked about this a lot, and I don't think that I've talked about it recently, but Irresistible Stranger by Lucia Franco. Do you see how small this is? Such a small book. So the chemistry, it was instantaneous. So these two it's meant to be a one-night stand, and I want to believe so badly that they have reconnected at some time. Like, I still beg this woman for more from Trista and Leo, but the chemistry there was just, I mean, it was palpable. Like, you could feel it. It was amazing, and I loved it, and I just, yeah, they really are out there living their best life somewhere, for sure. So question number 8, graveyard shift. So you're stranded in a haunted graveyard. Do you bring a comforting romance, a dark romance to match the energy, or something paranormal? So I want to say comforting romance because I'm in a graveyard, but I'm in a graveyard, so I feel like I have to read something dark. Not a dark and spooky romance, but maybe just something dark, you know, that matches the vibes. But also maybe it's dark and yummy that it like makes me forget that I'm in a graveyard. Question number 9. Cover of Night. A romance with a dark gothic cover, perfect for reading in those late night hours. Okay, so immediately I thought of Gothicana. Like, that's the only book that I can think of that I've read that has a gothic cover. But these questions are up for interpretation, so let's go gothic or dark, right? So if we're going dark, then I really thought of Until I Get You by Claire Contreras. This is like a possessive, over-the-top hero. The heroine, I just fell in love with this heroine, and I wanted to root for her, and I did root for her like so much throughout this book. So Lila really tries not to fall in love with Lachlan. There is something going on, and then the why did she leave, and the right person, wrong time kind of vibes, and then that kind of mystery about what was going on. This book left me like wanting more, the way that she was able to knock down Lachlan's walls when no other girl could have. It was good. It was good, and I loved it, and it's a dark cover. I actually really like this cover. All right, we are on question number 10, which is Ghoul Friends Forever. What female friendship in a romance book is total gold? Okay, so I did a female friendship video earlier this year. I'll leave it down below and up in a card. And it was, I just wanted to really give praise to the female friendships in books, because I mean, like, we're reading romance books, right? But like, sometimes these women are goals. And so I stand by the friendships that I put in that video. Some notable ones were Avery and Rhea from the Off Balance series, goals. Another one was Madison and Tilly from the Elite King series, goals. I didn't put this group of friends on that video, but the girls from the Pucking Wrong series from C.R. Jane, not only gorgeous, but they're humble. They bring each girl into the fold seamlessly. They're not catty. They are very welcoming. They are down to earth. They care. Those are goals. That's pure goals. Let's move on to question number 11. Trick or treat. Do you prefer your romances sweet with an HEA or sinful and messy with heartbreak? How about I cheat because I can, and I would say I want a romance that is sinful and messy and yummy and heartbreak and give it all to me, but then end with an HEA. Like, I want the mess, but then I want to end for sure on an HEA. If I had to choose either one, then I have to go with HEA because I need that. I think life needs that. So we are at question 12, which is love at first bite. Who's your favorite morally gray or dangerous MMC you couldn't resist? Okay, here is the thing. I do feel like these men and women are with the person that they are supposed to be with. However, I don't think that I could resist a Zeus Garrow. I really don't. And you know, something that was surprising to me too was I couldn't resist a Mikhail either. There's something about this man. I love his heart. I couldn't no, I couldn't resist him. You know what? On Hawk. Okay, I couldn't resist a man like Hawk either, but all for different reasons. But if I had to choose one, it's like, I mean, I could not resist this man right here. But you know what? He is made for Lulu. So, question number 13, hotter than hellfire. A romance that had killer spice, so hot it should come with a warning label. Okay. So, one of my favorites for spice scenes was What Was Meant to Be by QB Tyler. I mean, Dark Note by Pam Godwin. I'm not gonna pick it up because it's got a little spider on it right now, but like the just purely for those scenes, like fire. Yes, most of the scenes, all of the scenes for for the bands, they should come with a warning. They do come with warnings. Yes. Okay. Question number 14. From Dusk to Devotion. A love story that resurrected your faith in romance. You didn't expect to love it, but you did. I thought of The Summer We Fell by Elizabeth O'Rourke. So this is part of like the summer series. I can't remember what the actual series is called, but I was so captivated by this book, more so than the other books in the series too. I mean, I think I still have one book left to read of that series, but I did read the other books and I enjoyed them, but not as much as this book, and it didn't captivate me as much as this book. There was just something with the past and the present scenes and feeling for your characters, and just, I mean, I think that's what it is. Like, when you really resonate with characters, when you can really feel this connection that they have and they shouldn't be together because she's with somebody else, and then there is this air of mystery around what really happened, and now because of situations that happened, they're in situations that they would have never been in, right? So now look at the trajectory of her life and like, how do we get back to where she needs to be? It was like heart wrenching. It was angsty. It was deep. It was emotional. It was so much, and it really took me by surprise. And I really felt for these characters, and I rooted for them the entire time, and I wanted them together. And so, yes, The Summer We Fell. Which takes us to our last book, you guys. No, not our last book. Our last question. It's our last question, you guys. Okay. The Chills and Thrills. A romance that gave you chills, but in the best ways. Dark, creepy, or hauntingly beautiful. I went with hauntingly beautiful, and like, I'm a little pissed off. I feel like I own this book, but I do not, so I need to rectify that immediately. It's The Lovely Return by Carrie and Cole. Not only was it beautifully written, I mean, it, like, another one that still haunts me. Like, this book haunts me. Most of her books haunt me. I feel like it could be a really hard subject to write about, and she created this amazing piece of work through it that just had me, well, it has me speechless, but beautiful. It literally haunts me. This book, it was amazing. And Penny and Alex, just, they did it for me. Anyway, so there you go. There is my rendition of the Spooky Halloween book tag, but the romance edition of it. I'm going to leave the questions down below, so if you would like to do this tag, please do so. Tag me so that I can go and watch it. I would love to. Otherwise, you know the drill. Pick a few of the questions, leave them down in the comments below. You can do all 15 of the questions and put them down below. I will read them, but make sure you do comment, like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'm going to catch you next week. I believe that will be my November TBR. I'm still finalizing a couple books there. Anyway, I will catch you next week on that video, but in the meantime, happy reading and happy Halloween. Bye.